Welcome to day 23. So today we are doing a class about the spine. We're trying to lengthen it and release it, and it will actually be quite a nice gentle class. So I want you to find a space on a wall somewhere, and you can put the mat up against the wall, like so, and come and stand up next to it so that you've got your back on the wall. Your feet are a little bit in front, and then just keep your knees slightly bent to start off with. Then you want to have your lower back, your middle back and your ribs and the top of your head, or the back of your head, on the wall. The rest of you, so the very lower back is slightly off the wall, the back of your neck is slightly off the wall. And then just relax your arms by your sides and close your eyes. And start breathing into your belly. Try to really expand the belly as much as you can. As you breathe into the belly, let your back relax. Let your pelvis move closer to the wall. And the skin and the muscles around your sacrum soften. Almost like you have a weight on your pelvis that's pulling it down to the floor. Relax your shoulders. And let the top of your head relax into the back of the wall. Try to press evenly through your toes and your heels, and feel both hips evenly pressing into the wall. And then just gently drop your chin to your chest. And you want to feel, I'm going to ask you to roll down, and you want to feel like you're moving one vertebrae away from the wall at a time. You're not going to take a big chunk away all at once. You're going to try and really gently peel the pelvis, the spine away from the wall. Almost imagine yourself as a sticker or a poster that's just very slowly falling off. And as you're rolling down, you're still going to keep the pelvis attached to the wall, and you're going to try not to let your pelvis slide up the wall. So you've got to really let yourself lengthen over the top of your legs. Now in this position, really relax your pelvis into the wall. Let your head go really heavy, your arms go really heavy, so that you feel gravity relax your spine. Then push into your feet, really gently. Start to slide your legs up into the pelvis and try to keep your belly attached to your thighs as you do it. So you start to straighten your legs, sliding your pelvis up the wall now, engaging your legs as you go. And then you're going to take one hand to the wall behind you. Gently push yourself off. Look forwards and imagine a string is still pulling your pelvis backwards, and at the same time there's a string pulling your chest forwards. You're going to start to walk your hands forwards really slowly and try to keep your heels down on the ground for as long as you can. Keep walking forwards using your fingertips. When you can't stay on your fingertips anymore, then you place your palms flat. You go really nice and long into a long downward dog position, as long as you can. And keep lifting up with your pelvis and pushing back with your legs. Take a deep breath here. And then really gently come up onto your toes and just walk your feet to your hands. Let your knees go bent as your feet come to your hands. Let your body relax over your legs. Then you make your head heavy. Place one hand on the front of your head, on your forehead. And then keeping your head heavy in your hand, roll yourself up. Keep your head really heavy, so it's going to be the last thing to come up. Your legs are pushing you all the way up. And then you use your hand to lift your head up. So then you're standing nice and tall. Now we're going to turn our mats back around. Well, I'm going to turn my back around. You don't need to necessarily. You can keep it where it is. And I want you to go and grab yourself a chair. We're going to do a really nice relaxation over the chair. So you're going to grab your chair. Mine already has a cushion on it, which is pretty handy. But if yours isn't a cushioned seat, you might want to go and grab yourself a cushion as well so that you can relax over the cushion. So I'm going to put my chair this way so you can see what I'm doing. Really gently, you need a nice sturdy chair by the way, something like this rather than a folding one, ideally. You're going to really gently bring yourself down onto your knees, relax yourself over your chair, and then start to lift your knees. Now as you lift your knees, take your hands to the ground and start to walk yourself forwards. So you come into a little plank. You're going to keep walking yourself forwards with your hips until you get your hip crease right on that edge. Once your hip crease is on the edge, really gently, don't worry, you're not going to fall, your chair's got you. You're going to really gently let yourself fold forwards. If you feel really uncomfortable doing this and you feel like, oh my god, I'm going to fall, ask someone to hold onto your legs, ask someone to hold onto the chair, put your chair up against a wall so that you know it's not going to fall over. Just do whatever you can to make yourself feel comfortable. And then from this position, relax your head. Now from here, watch you don't let your ribs flare out. I want you to keep your ribs hugging in and just try to let gravity lengthen your spine a little bit more. Ideally, we would be doing this over something that allows our spine to completely relax over without you even having to have your arms on the floor. But that's not the easiest thing to get a hold of, so we won't be doing that. And the only other way to do it is on a table, and the thing with the table is that you really can fall off it because you don't have your legs hanging off anything. So we'll go with the chair and we'll just keep it really nice and soft and relaxed. And try to breathe into your ribs and into your spine. Try to keep your legs heavy and relaxed. And then take one more breath here. And really gently lift your head. Take one hand onto the floor, the other hand onto the floor. So you're in a kind of plank position. Then using your legs, you're going to shuffle yourself backwards. All the way back. Hands onto the feet onto the floor, sorry. And then bring your hands onto the chair. Now I want you to have yourself in a kind of tabletop position, so your feet are flat on the floor, your hands are flat on the chair. And we're going to do a really simple little cat-cow, but obviously in a slightly nicer position than on all fours. As you breathe in, you're going to lift your chest, you're going to lengthen your tailbone up and away from you. As you breathe out, I want you to lead from your tailbone, wave through your spine. So your tailbone's going to go down to the floor, you're going to feel each vertebrae start to lift up and round. Push your hands and your legs into the floor, or into the chair, and round the top of your back. And then as you breathe in, again, lead with your tailbone, so it's like a wave. Your tailbone goes up, your spine starts to lengthen, your chest starts to come forwards. And you really lengthen through the spine. Again, as you exhale, drop the tailbone down, wave through your spine and round your back. Again, inhale and go long into the back. Lifting your chest, lengthening your tailbone. Again, exhale and round. Inhale and lengthen. One more time, exhale and round. And inhale and lengthen. Perfect. Then I'm just going to move my chair forward a little bit so I have a little bit more space. I want you to keep your hands on the chair and really gently walk your feet backwards. So you start to come into a downward facing dog position, but obviously using your hands on the chair instead of on the floor. You want to end up with your feet underneath your hips, your arms are really long and lengthened out in front of you, and your waist is really long and lengthened out. Let your head relax, but don't drop it so you're looking at your legs. Keep it up in line with your arms. Slightly squeeze your feet towards each other, and then press your ankles backwards so you start to lift your sitting bones up to the ceiling. Press your hands into the chair, and then use that to press your pelvis back even more so you feel a real length and extension in the sides of your waist. And then breathe in and very slowly walk your feet back to the chair. Let your head drop and roll yourself back up. Now you can take the chair away and come and bring yourself down onto all fours. Now from here, bring your big toes together, your knees slightly wide, almost as wide as the mat, and just gently bring your pelvis back to your heels. And let your hips and your pelvis relax into your heels. Then keeping the pelvis really heavy, drop your chin to your chest. Start to very gently roll down through the spine again. So again, you want to feel like you're taking one vertebrae away from the other. Keep your pelvis relaxed into your heels, and once you start to feel it coming away from your heels, take your hands down. Push down a bit more into your shins, and then keep walking your hands forwards, lengthening through your spine, and try to keep space between your hips and your thighs, between your belly and your thighs. And you want to keep trying to press your pelvis right down into your heels. Now if you get to the point where you feel your pelvis is coming right off your heels, you can go and grab yourself a cushion or a yoga block and bring it underneath your heels. So then you have this between you to allow you to keep your sitting bones pressing into something. If you've still got it there, you're going to keep walking forwards. Try again to keep that space between the belly and the thighs. Let your hands come down to the floor and let your head relax down onto the floor. Breathe into your spine. And then look forwards. Keep pressing back into this block. And then you're going to take your right arm and slide it underneath your left arm. Let your right shoulder come down to the ground, your right cheek come down to the ground, or right side of the head come down to the ground, and keep trying to press your pelvis backwards, either into your heels or the block or a cushion. Breathe into the spine, into the waist, and allow yourself to twist. Then slide it back through. Take that right arm down. Keep pressing into your pelvis. Take your left arm underneath. And again, allow your spine to twist. Allow your hips to move a little bit, but keep them rooted, your feet rooted into that block. And breathe into the sides of the waist. And then bring yourself back. And then you can walk yourself back so that you're sitting back on your heels, back on the block. Move the block out of the way and come round to the side and onto your bum. Then you can scoot yourself forwards, very gently rest your hands on your knees and roll down onto your back. Slide yourself out a little, grab the sides of the mat and shrug your shoulders. Then as you breathe out, slide yourself up. So that's going to help you lengthen the spine as much as you possibly can. Let your legs relax and roll out, your arms come out to the sides and relax. And then close your eyes. Start breathing nice and gently through your nose. And try to relax deeply into the floor. Let your spine relax into the floor. Now you can stay here for longer if you wish, or bend your knees, roll to your side, and gently bring yourself up to sitting. And that's it for day 23. Well done. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment and let me know any of your thoughts. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.